Guys, listen, I don't usually do these type of videos, okay? I barely even like to talk about this type of stuff, And the fact that I uploaded a video talking about this and the amount of support you guys showed on that video, it just blew my mind away. The amount of comments supporting me and just the amount of likes on the video, like we got over 30,000 likes in a day, and I barely even asked you guys to like the video. So I just wanted to say thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. You guys are amazing, and the reason why I'm doing this video today is because a lot of you guys have requested it. And I just thought, you know what? Why not give back? There's a lot of people that like to see the real side of me. And when I say real side, I mean personal side. Because if you guys don't know, man, I mean, there's a YouTube side and then there's my real life. It's the stuff I go through on a daily basis. And I just thought I would talk to you guys about it. You guys opened up to me literally with opening arms. And I just have to say thank you guys. So that's why I'm doing this video today. There's so many people in the comment section asking me, how did my dad pass away? Or was my dad even in my life? Because believe it or not, there's a lot of people in this world that don't have a dad. And maybe we're curious if my dad was even in my life or any part of my, early childhood from ages 0 to 15. You guys were curious if my dad was even in my life. And I just thought I would do a video talking about how he passed away and just share a lot of things with you guys that you have been asking me. So first off, my dad has been in my life since I was just a little kid, okay? Ever since my mom was pregnant with me and my sister, okay? We kind of came out around the same time, but not really. It was like a year later. I came out first and then my sister came out, but my dad was there almost all of my life. There's a few things that I want to talk about when my dad wasn't there and just a few things that happened in the beginning of my life, but I don't want to share so much and everything. That could be for another video if you guys really want to know. But when I was about, like 3 or 4, okay, my mom and dad were happily married, okay? They were happily married together, but around the ages of 3 or 4, or I think it was like I was like 5, my sister was 3, or something like that, my dad and my mom got divorced. Me and my sister didn't know until we were like 8 or 9, and it really didn't bother us because my mom and dad didn't have a divorce type of, divorce where they split up. You don't see the dad and you only see the mom, or you don't see the mom and you only see the dad, or you have to go over a certain person's house every week. It wasn't like that. It was more like my mom and dad stuck with it even though they had their own problems, and the reason why they got divorced, I don't really want to talk about it, but it wasn't like cheating or anything. My dad actually had a gambling problem, okay? He loved spending money, but that didn't change anything because my mom and dad still stuck together. They still lived in the same household, just got divorced, And eventually when I turned like, I think it was 7 or 8, my dad, I don't know what happened to him, but he kind of drifted off a little bit. He was really busy with his work and doing other things, and he was gone for about a year. Actually, I didn't get to see my dad for about a year, and then out of nowhere he came back into my life. This is when I moved away from Pompano. I used to live in Pompano Beach, Florida. I went to Pompano Beach Elementary, and then after that I went to I think I moved to Coral Springs, and my dad actually came back, and he lived in my life forever. My dad and my mom had a bit of a bad relationship at that point, but my mom never let my dad stay away from us kids, me and my sister, because she thought that was very important, that my dad would always stay in my life. You know what I'm saying? Always be there for me if I needed help with school, if I needed to talk to someone, if I ever needed anything, my dad was there, because thank God my mom, even though, she didn't have to deal with any of his crap, she still did. She let him sleep over for like 4 days out of the week. And I wouldn't know any other parents that would do this. Like, that's insane. Like, you're divorced, you guys don't really like each other fully, but you allow him to stay over the house, my dad stay over the house, because you obviously love him, mom, but mainly for the kids, because we needed him in our life. So childhood was amazing, pretty much, I didn't even know that my mom and dad were divorced. It didn't seem different to me, like I said. So it wasn't as bad as some people have it. There's a lot of people in this world that don't grow up with a dad or a mom, and that's one of the worst things, okay? Even when you grow up with like just one parent missing, it hurts a lot. So I know how it feels, guys, okay? And I may not be in every single one of your situations, and I may not relate to every single one of you. Maybe you never had a mom or a dad, and I just want to say I'm here for you. If you ever want to comment in the comment section, I can read your comments. I do read all your comments, guys. Like, late at night, I usually go through these type of videos, and I go through the comments section, and I literally sit there for an hour or two and read your comments. So if you guys want to leave something down below in the comments, If you guys are going through anything, I would love to talk to you. Anyways, around when I was about 12 to 14, okay, this is when my life started getting into gaming. All right, I played my first ever video game. That was Black Ops 1, and it was the best. My dad bought me a PlayStation 2. I remember it was on Christmas. My mom gave me like, I don't know, like $100, and my dad bought me a PlayStation 2, and I decided to buy Black Ops 1 with it. I thought it was freaking awesome. My dad got me all these other games, but to be honest, I wasn't into all the other games as much as I was into Black Ops 1, right? Now, I don't know if I was around 14 at the time or 13 at the time. It's just I started getting into video games a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot. Like I used to play PC games. Don't call me a nerd, but man, if you guys remember the game Wizard 101, I played that like it was my addiction. And you know what amazes me to this day is that game I wasted so much money on, and I didn't just pull the money out of my butt. My dad supported that game like it was my like it was gonna be my job later on in life. Serious. He would give me $50 here, $20 here, and let me point out, my dad wasn't rich. He worked as a partner in a restaurant, okay, and he wasn't getting the best amount of money, but I think $3,000 to $4,000 a month was pretty satisfying. But he also lived in Boca, so he had to pay for rent. But see, he paid for my habit, and like the amount of money he put into it's just insane, and it makes me want to cry because it's like, dude, he really cared about just my enjoyment. You know what I'm saying? It just shows how much he really cared about my enjoyment. Whether I wanted a game or some money for a certain game, maybe you guys have parents out there that do that just say yes to you whenever you want something, okay? Not exactly every single thing, but if it's something little that costs like $20-15, they never steer you wrong. But then again, my dad did steer me wrong sometimes. It's apparent that happens. They say no sometimes. We have to deal with it as kids. I want to let you guys know, my whole childhood, my dad has had health problems, okay? He's had health problems since, I don't know how long, but he's had it at least for over 20 years. And when I'm talking about health problems, I mean just in general with his body. And I'm not here to sit here and shame my dad, because he'd probably feel very embarrassed me talking about his life and everything like that and what he went through. And he'd feel embarrassed if I talked about the problems that he had. But I just want to kind of give you a little bit of a rough estimate. I don't want to tell you in detail what was wrong with him, but just put this in mind that he had a really bad leg, okay? Like a really bad leg. Like his leg was kind of cutting off circulation of blood. It was swollen to that point, and he was so scared to go to the doctors to even take care of it, that it was filling up with water, and it got really bad. And me and my mom tried to push him to go to the hospital, and he never wanted to go. I mean, who could blame him? He was super scared, super nervous. I mean, wouldn't you guys be like sitting there, you hear your family members telling you this is dangerous, you could die any day, and you just don't do anything because you're so scared that you have a chance to die? Like literally just pass away in the hospital. And you know what? I don't blame him for anything, like, some people would, some people would be really upset at their parents or their parent that didn't take care of himself. And me, nah, I would never be upset over something like that, just because like I know how he felt. I know the feeling he felt, and I don't blame him, okay? I'm not here to blame him. But he had a lot of problems, and that I don't know if it led to this, but he was 60 years old, guys, okay? He had me a little late, but he looked young for 60. You know what I'm saying? He looked really young for 60. I wish one of these days I'll show you guys a video of me and my dad when it was his last birthday, his 60th birthday. It's a very nice video, and I haven't watched it in 5 years. I haven't watched it since he passed away. So if I kind of feel bad because I don't even know what he looks like. Like, I know what he looks like, but I haven't seen him in a while. Oh man, I shouldn't have mentioned that. But if you guys want to see that video of maybe me reacting to my dad when it was his 60th birthday, it was the last birthday he had. I will watch the video. Just leave a like. I'll react to it as a video. And oh man. Anyways, guys, he eventually passed away from heart failure, and that was around my 15th birthday. I still remember the day, like my birthday and everything. He called me that night. I remember having a LAN party with my friends. I don't know if you guys do this, but me and my friends used to actually have our PS4s and like TVs, and we play at each other's houses, and we like group up together, 5 TVs, 5 PS4s, and we just be playing online Call of Duty. It was like the best. And my dad called me that night telling me how much he loves me, and he asked me what I was doing, he was asking me what I was up to, and he told me, happy birthday, and he's proud of me. And I told him that I'm having fun with friends, that he should come by. He didn't want to come by. He didn't want to, intrude. That's just how my dad was. He's the type of guy that would, if you want to hang out with friends more than him, then go ahead, because he'll see you later. That's just how he was. I remember it was like, I think it was Friday or something. I'm not sure. But around Sunday I saw him, and I barely remember Sunday, and I think that's because my body just closes off my last moments with him. I don't know. I just don't remember seeing him, but I saw him on Sunday for my birthday. I remember a little bit, because that's when I think that was as soon as I got the PlayStation 3. I think that's when he bought me the PlayStation 3. And I was so happy, because that was like the best present I could get, Like, I had a PlayStation 2. I just got a PlayStation 3 with brand new games. And a week later, he passes away. Early in the morning. I remember calling him that night he passed away. It fucking hurt. It fucking hurt so bad, guys. I remember calling him that night, telling my mom, Dad's not picking up. It's only 10 o'clock p.m. I don't know what's going on. My sister called him that night. We were seeing if he's going to come over this weekend. We find out in the morning that he passed away in his cabin. He had a little house, but it was in like a little house. It was connected to a mansion. It was in a very nice place in West Palm Beach. And I remember I was with my sister and her fiance, my older sister and her fiance, at the Miami Mall. Well, back then I called it the Miami Mall. It's just called the Sawgrass. And I came back home because my mom got a phone call. And she said she wanted to talk to all of us. And we didn't think of anything, okay? We didn't think of anything like this would happen. And we get to the house. I see my best friend that I've known since I was like 2 years old, standing outside because he lived next to me. And he's looking at me with this sad face. And I'm just like, I'm sitting there like, why is he looking at me like this? So I walk inside. I open the doors. My sister runs in front of me. She's going in there. She's laughing, if anything. She thinks, what, Mom? The whole house is dark. And my mom's just standing there. She says, guys, your dad's in a better place. And I just crashed. I crashed so hard. It was so bad. And this is why I didn't want to talk about it, because like I'm done like kind of crying, you know what I'm saying? Anytime I think about this, it upsets me. And I don't always like doing this, guys, okay? I don't really like crying at all, actually. You guys are just, I have to remember that you guys are people too, and you guys want to know my part of my life. And if you guys want to know certain parts of my life and what I go through in like my personal life, it really touches my heart, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really mind doing these type of videos and talking about certain things. It's just a hard subject, okay? And I have to be honest with you. And if you guys see me cry, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. Everyone cries, My mom is right, though, My dad is in a better place. He went through a lot of pain, guys, like a lot of pain. And the fact that, he worked, for 80 hours of his whole week, every single week, to pay for child support, to keep it on his feet, Remember, most of his money, literally half of his money, went to my mom for child support. So he wasn't, that typical, everyone likes to call scumbag dad. Thank you guys for watching this video if you made it this far. I don't like I said, crying on a video, but it's something that you guys want to know, my personal life and stuff like that, and it's a sensitive part of my life. And if you guys ever want to talk to me in the comment section, go ahead. I would love to talk to you guys. I don't mind it, and I love just love interacting with you guys. So if you guys want to interact with me, go ahead. I will comment back to a few of you guys. Anyways, I love you all so much. Take care, and I will see you guys all in the next one.